Well folks, it's nice to be back and welcome to the 2025 Scottish brown trout season. The season has been open for a week or so now, but I skipped the opening day due to the cloudless skies and a biting northeast wind. This is my first time out. It's still cold, but the water is low and the river well within her banks. This is in sharp contrast to recent years past, when she has been cold and very high. Hopefully we will find it all dries up. Incidentally, I've always considered this river to be female. It ties in nicely with the Celtic myth of the goddess of rivers, wisdom and fertility. As youngsters back in the 1960s, she was certainly a strict mistress for wee virgin fly fishers. I have no idea if any fish have been caught in this river so far this year, but I'm assuming a few have tried. I thought I'd start the season as I walk up the banks with an old Scots poem my granddaughter taught me, the Auld Troot by Sandy Thomas Ross. It's a metaphor for life in passing years. It just seems appropriate. Sandy Thomas Ross was in fact a pen name for a collaboration of 3 Ayrshire men who wrote this. All the details are in the video description. The Auld Troot lay under a stane lay he. And he thought to the wind and he thought to the rain, and the trout that he used to be. I'm a gay Auld Troot, he said to hisself. A gay Auld Troot, said he, and there's mony a queer like tale I could tell of the things that hae happened to me. The wee Hafland Trooties are all very smart. They're all very smart, said he. They ken all the rules of the game of the heart, and they're no often catched, I'll agree. They're thinking I'm auld and they're thinking I'm din. They're thinking I'm din, said he, and they're thinking I'm no worth the flirt or fin, or the blink o' a bonny black ee. But I'm safe and I'm snug in my bonny wee nook. I'm safe and I'm snug, said he. I'm the big fish, nae fisher can hook, and I'll aye be that till I die. A good old Scots poem. I hope you enjoyed it. My granddaughter did a better job of reciting it than I did. I know exactly how the Auld Troot was feeling. Let's go fishing. Well now, here we are. It's been a couple of days since I recorded that introduction, and since then a couple of things have changed. A couple of members have been out in the river and have had a couple of pretty nice trout during brief rises, and the weather has warmed up quite considerably, albeit temporarily, I think. Anyway, I'm further downstream than I normally fish, so I'm going to start fishing this river. Oh, there's a fish just rose here. I was about to say I'm going to start fishing with nymphs unless I see a few fish rising, and a fish rose, but I'm going to fish with the nymphs here anyway in this run and see what happens. Yeah, there's a couple of fish rising, remarkably. I think I'll probably go to change to dry quite soon actually. Yeah, this is certainly the best spring weather we've had for years. The wind's been cold, but we've had some really settled sunny spells. So hopefully we'll get our first trout of the season today. Absolutely fantastic day today, weather-wise. Mid-teens temperature-wise. Still got a slight wind, but it is upstream. And it is slightly chilly. But yeah, couldn't ask for more. I think this is the first time I've cast a fly for about a year and a half. Yeah, I didn't fish at all last season, mainly due to not being in the best of health. There's a fish. Not a bad one either by the look of it. Yeah, wee wild trooty. And that took the pogo nymph. So we can get it in. Can't reach it, my goodness, I'm getting stiff. God, I'm not used to unhooking fish. Yeah, a modest 9-10 inches. Lovely, lovely wee fish. Not a bad fish for the first fish of the season. Back you go then. Right, okay, that's it. I can go home now. I've had my fish. Yeah, that's quite satisfying. Yeah, the fish seem to have woken up much earlier this season, probably due to the much lower water. I mean, the last 4 or 5 years, the water's been at least 2 or 3 feet higher than this. Really cold as well. And it's been well into April before the fish woke up. Well, I narrowly averted a complete disaster on my way here. I normally rig up at home if I'm fishing this local river because it's so close. Put my rod onto the roof of the car with these suction cup rod holders. Well, I was just driving out the driveway as I left home and one of the rod holders came off. I narrowly averted driving over my precious Sage ZXL. That would have been a real good start to the season. So it certainly made me reevaluate the suction rod holders. I don't know if I'll use them again actually. That was just too close for comfort. Why the rod wasn't broken, how the rod wasn't broken, I've got no idea. Thinking of that's my first fish of the season and it was on a nymph. Normally my first fish of the season is on the dry on this river for some reason or other. But certainly the last 4 or 5 seasons that's been the case. I don't usually find nymph fishing too productive early in the season here. So it's something to do with the water temperature, I think. Right, I think I'm going to swap out my rig and put a dry fly on actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to change to dry. Yeah, I think I'm going to rig up with a dry. And that's me at the bottom. The hazards of nymph fishing. Right, I'll unsnag this, rig up with a dry and then get back to you. This pool here seems to have changed drastically. It must have been the floods of a couple of years ago. Not last winter, but the winter before. Which saw the highest levels ever recorded on the river. In October or November, being 2022 or 2023 rather. Yeah, so I hope to get out and fishing a bit more this year than I did last. I didn't go out at all last year, so that shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, I've already broken that. But But nothing happening here either. That's funny. There's just that wee flurry of rise down there just as I started when I was still on the nymph. I haven't seen a rise since. Maybe should have stuck to the nymph. Yeah, this pool's been really scoured out. Much shallower here than it used to be. It seems to be much deeper just down there. But as I said, I didn't fish it at all last year. So this is all quite new to me. I've got a fly there somewhere. It's so nice just to be out and feel the warmth of the sun. But it's still just late March. But it won't last. I think tomorrow's forecast to be really nice as well. And then it all goes downhill after that. It's the beauty about being retired. You can go it whenever you like. See, the ranunculus is starting to take a hold even down here. And it is good for the fish, not so good for the angler. I think a couple of years ago there was none here at all. It's remarkable how it's taken off. So someone's obviously changed. Right, so nothing doing here, so what I'm going to do is move back down, sit at the bottom of the pool that I started it and just watch it for a while and see if we can see anything rise. I'll catch up with you later. Right, that's me back down to the first pool again. I don't see anything rising, so I'll maybe just watch the water for a wee minute and see if anything does happen. Shorten the leader a wee bit as well. And man, the time it takes me to do anything like that, tying on flies and everything. Now, this old age is not great. There's a Scottish saying, old age doesn't come by itself. And it's absolutely right. It's funny, one of the younger guys in the angling club was asking me, he said, do you not fancy fishing in any of the competitions this year? By the time I was rigged up, getting ready to start, the rest of the guys would be weighing in. Honestly, the time it takes me to do anything, tying on a fly, it's a comedy act. Got to get the right glasses on and oh my god. On the other hand, old age does have some advantages. I mean, you're probably sitting at work just now while I'm out here fishing, so that's one huge advantage I've got. But oh my goodness me. If there was just some way to combine both, health and fitness and age, it would be great. Right. Well, nothing moving, I'm just going to fish the water a wee bit. I didn't really want to do that. Fishing the water, or as my Kiwi mates say, fishing blind. But it's not really fishing blind because you're searching out, if you're not just blindly casting, you're searching out likely lies and everything. But I prefer fishing at a rising fish. Fishing the water is okay. But if there's no fish rising, what do? But man, that was a close shave with the rod today. These suction rod holders. I think what must have happened when I put them on the car in the morning, the car was quite cold, and as things heated up, Someone must have moved or something, I don't know, the rubber softened or I mean, heaven knows. But my God, that was almost the end of my Sage ZXL. I think there's no way to get another one. It's such an old road now. Brilliant, an absolutely brilliant road, I just love it. Always come back to it. Yeah, there's a couple of these fish that the other club members have caught just this past few days, quite nice ones. And that tends to be the thing on this river, you get the better fish earlier on. Not a thing happening. I think this could be quite a short video today, guys. Hey, I can always come back tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to have to research some method of carrying my rod fully assembled inside the car actually. I think there's one or two things you can do. I got a real fright when that rod holder came off this morning. My goodness me. Totally unexpected. I've been using these things for years. Various models. That's the first time they've ever let me down. Oh, no sign of the Auld Troot either. I guess it is safe and snug in its nuke. This is what I normally find with this fishing at this time of year with the dry fly. Now, unless there's a hatch, you've got a heck of a job coaxing the fish to come up. Not so much later on in the season. Maybe it's something to do with water temperature or something. I don't know. But certainly when you're out fishing this early on, if there is a hatch, you've got to be ready for it. It can be over in minutes. There's obviously something happening underwater that we can't see. It's the action of the hatching nymphs or something starts the fish off, or I don't know. It's something to do with the amount of energy the fish have got to expend when the water's cold, or again, don't just speculate. No, nothing doing at all. Right, time to try something else. Normally, at this time of year, I don't bother coming out until at least midday, because the hatches are usually mid to late afternoon. And you know something, I think I may have missed the hatches today, because it is so abnormally warm for the time of year. They probably started in the morning. And that was maybe just the tail end of the hatch I saw when I came down and saw the rising fish down there. Maybe not. Anyway, I don't care. I've got one fish and it's just nice to be out and feel the warm sun in the back of the head. Knowing that the winter is gone, well, at least for a couple of weeks. Up in this corner, this northeast corner, winter can come back with a vengeance right into May. Seems hefty snowfalls in May. But we shall see. If we wander a bit further up to this bigger pool and see if anything's moving there, I'll bring you back then. Big, deep pool here. Back in the 1960s, we used to stand up here on the bank and watch the salmon gliding around the bottom of this pool. Never caught them, we certainly watched them plenty of times. A bit further up there, beside that old ruined cottage, there's a wooden footbridge across the river. There was a pike lay underneath that wooden footbridge in a pool. It must have been about 2 or 3 feet long, this pike. And we tried to catch that pike time and time again, month after month, and never caught it either. But it's changed days now. You still get salmon coming up the river here, but it tends to be right at the back end. And of course, in common with most places, the runs are nothing like what they were, which is a real shame. A real shame. Of course, we used to do mainly bait fishing in those days. I've even caught flounders in this pool. We're about 6 miles from the sea here, but there are no obstacles, no waterfalls or weirs to stop them getting up. But nevertheless, you wouldn't imagine you would get flounders in here. I guess they'll still be there as well. Well, still no sign of any fish rising, no flies hatching. But I would just like to say thanks very much to all the people who got in touch with me over the past 18 months or so, asking if I was okay and if I would be making any more videos. And some of the comments were just so nice. A few people said that watching my videos has actually got them to go out, encourage them to go out fishing again, because it reminded them of how fishing used to be. But what you see is what you get, warts and all. Yeah, no pretensions. So hopefully we'll get a few more videos as the season progresses. I might come out again tomorrow actually, we'll see. Oh, did I see a fish rise there? No. Wishful thinking. Yeah, I might come out again tomorrow, I don't know, we'll see. Once I figure out how to transport my rod safely. This new Osmo Action 4 camera that I'm using has got a feature called voice control, so you can tell it to start recording, stop recording, shut down, all this sort of nice stuff. The only problem is it doesn't understand the Scottish accent, so I've got to put on my David Tennant and Doctor Who Ayrshire English accent, and it works perfectly every time. Obviously I can't show you that, because if I do, if I tell it to stop recording in that accent, it'll stop. Yeah? I just said stop recording there and it didn't stop. But I'd used Ayrshire English, it would have stopped perfectly. Oh, the wonders of technology. So if you buy one of these cameras and you can't get voice activation to work, you know what to do now. God, this channel is a mine of information, isn't it? God, it's absolutely gorgeous. Just sitting here up in the bank, and the sun on my back, it's just wonderful. Yeah, so I've been really looking forward to following my favourite YouTube fishing channels. Guys like Chris Matthews down in Devon, the Tattooed Angler down in Edinburgh. So hopefully these guys will all be publishing videos this year again. Chris never stopped. He was publishing the whole of last season, and you should check him out. Just search on Chris Matthews angling, or Chris Matthews fly fishing. You should find him. Some pretty good stuff. Very similar to my own. I think Chris catches more fish than I do, but then most people do. I can always play the old age card. Actually, one of the trickiest things about these making videos like this is deciding on how long to make them. Probably the optimal time is about 20 to 25 minutes. Any longer than that, you maybe start boring people a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I never set up a plan how long to make anything. It just comes as it comes. But probably my most popular video is, as judged by the most views, or the ones that are maybe, I don't know, 25 minutes or so. Maybe a bit longer, but generally just about 25 minutes. Heaven knows how long this one will be. What I think I'll do is pack up now actually. I don't think anything's going to be happening. And mosey on home and publish this video. So if you stuck with me this long, thank you very much for watching. And hopefully we'll see you soon. Hopefully it won't be another year and a half before I see you again. Okay, bye for now.